Good morning, YouTube. I'm here with the Eddie Horvath, Hank the Bee Guy,
Hankster,
and Just Mark.
Just Mark.
And it is, what are we today? We are filming this on the 8th of November, and it is a beautiful fall morning. And we got snow coming next week, so and that's no joke.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming quick. We did get that VersaTube structure, the actual frame put up, and that video will be coming out this week. Wow. So I'll show you that video shortly. All right, we got a couple super thankses. Iowa Papa, thank you.
Thank you.
Luke Marshall, thank you. And a happy 61st birthday. It was on 11/3 to Dave's not here.
Oh, Dave.
So Dave, happy birthday. And there's another YouTube channel I just stumbled across. It's called The Rogue Scandinavian. And he is rebuilding a old sawmill. And it's quite interesting. So Rogue Scandinavian, and
go give him a look.
And he's using all hand tools. He's digging these post holes to rebuild the trackways, and it's kind of interesting. I don't even know what to make of the mill but it's old.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it saw again.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep following that as it keeps going along. So what are we doing today?
We're going to do something different. White pine.
Yeah.
Right. One inch sheeting.
Yeah.
1 inch sheeting.
Yeah, we're just
your basic sheeting. We needed to saw this. It's been laying around. When the bark comes off, like I said before, it's time to put it up on the mill. And
we're going to put aside them boards with the wormholes in it.
We're going to try to find some wormies.
Because we got somebody that wants it.
Yeah, I think it will be a real nice, I don't know exactly what he's doing with it, but...
I think he said he's making flags.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put them aside.
We'll get them some.
So I guess
talking would never get it done.
All right.
Let's go.
Alrighty, let's get rolling here. And we're gonna cut some more white pine. So, just taking care of a few things here in the cab before I'm ready to roll here. Got the power on, Mr. Laser's on. Let's wake the doggies up from their nap. And let's get our first log. Did roll right off the back of the deck, so we'll have to reload that one. And these are 12 footers, so trying to get into the cradle here. There we go. And a big old thump. This log is slippery. If it will stay there, I'll cut it there. So, let's put Mr. Master Dog down. I'm a little slow moving today. A little tired. All right, we need to get a flat spot going here. And we got it. All right, we're going to lay that down. We're barely clearing the saw there. That'll work. Doggone you piece of bark. There you go. Fall down. There you go. That's what we wanted. get this side open and see. Like to pull one more off of there. Now we're below our 22. I got the little saw in my truck. It's in my truck. Oh well, take a pause for station identification, because that's going to be a problem if I lay that down. But it's all good. Yeah, I forgot to bring it out of my truck. We got little Ronnie on the scene. All right. Let's bring that around. Start somewhere around here. I'm going to take a shim off. And I always told you, you can't put it back on once you take it off, so that's a little better. That's a big old honker there. There's the wormy boards coming up. Bad looking. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one off the other side. That way we'll have a nicer can. Good. And one more will take us to 12. All right, let's start pulling some 1x12s off. Looking for the flicker of the laser is all I'm looking for. There it just about is, right there. Just a little bit more. That's better. See, as the face gets smaller, you can cut faster. When you're putting them big wide ones off, go slow. Let the saw do the work. But don't feed so slow that you're making flour. Pretty wood. Anybody needs pine, again, we've got a lot for sale. does smell good though. Give them boys a minute. Try to center that pith into a dog board. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. All right, we're going to take it down to 6 inches and then take some 1x6 off. A little crack going on there, so there's going to be some 8-footers coming off. Ready a second. He's just cutting them off right now. I don't like what I'm seeing there. I don't want a big projectile coming out of there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably cut that off right now. I'm going to run that down the end of the track. I don't like that. So let me I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, if that would take flight, it'd get right through the back wall or into the cab. You got to know when to spot danger. Back to our starting point here. I think we were somewhere around 8.5. I should be pretty close. Let's see where we're. Yeah, that's good. See that? That would have let go. Take one more and then it'll be good enough. We'll roll it down. And if you're a new sawyer, you know, you gotta really pay attention. That's why we don't just hammer logs through the mill. There's a lot of channels you can go watch and do that. I would just like for everybody to go home safe, including myself. master there. Alright, I'm going to turn that out and bury that pith in the dog board. Lumber come out of that log. Well, you know what, that's falling apart again back there. It's not worth playing with it. I don't want to get hurt. Let's get rid of it. Yep. Yeah, we're going to do one more, then we'll... All right. Got that way to walk away. I'm gonna make sure that alright. What was I doing before I was interrupted there? Sitting nice there, I believe. Just master dog it. Dog it. They just saw it. Jerry might like that for his flags. See the difference how this saws without big honking knots, and just much better. I'm going to flatten that top out. much better. And if Jerry, if you're watching the video, give me a call. We got to talk about that other pile of lumber. I think that was all that pine Christopher wanted. It was flat pack. Yeah, that's beautiful. You might like that. Yeah, it got flat packed. It got insect damage. That's what he's looking for. There we are, 12 1/4. That's perfect. Alright, I'm going to turn it now. Give them a minute to get caught up. Pushing that on an angle. You got to watch them arms sometimes will throw a log out of kilter. That's some nice worm damage. That's some pretty boards there. And let's see. Let's turn that now. I'm going to get another 6-inch cant going here. Solid nice. out here. Let's finish this up. And hopefully you learned something today on this video about just watching out for dangerous situations. I'm just going to leave that thick. Alrighty, we will catch you here at the end.
Way back in the woods, in a woolly wood, somewhere in the west of PA, there's an old sawmill built by 3 old men, and it operates still there today. It's the Edmiston, piece of plunder of them all. It runs every day, loud and proud, produces the finest wood of all. It's the Edmiston, that old Edmiston, a piece of plunder of them all. It runs every day, loud and proud, and produces the finest wood of all. Those 3 men all have a job, the best of which is staying out of the way. One look in his eyes and he knows what to do. No need to even try to communicate. The ugliest dogs come up on that deck, and they turn into the clearest of the pile. The wood gets stacked and the customers come around to get the best daily deals of the day. Nothing can stop the Edmiston. It runs and runs every day. That 671 that runs the whole thing is bulletproof because of the love and care. It's the Edmiston, that old Edmiston, the mechanical piece of plunder of them all. It runs every day so loud and proud, and produces the finest wood of all. It's the Edmiston, that old Edmiston, the mechanical piece of plunder of them all. It runs every day so loud and proud, and produces the finest wood of all.
Oh, there you go. We're putting aside the wormy.
A lot of character wood here.
Yeah. So Jerry, if you're watching this,
Here, some sticks. Yeah.
tell us if, and then you got a little bit of this in there. I don't know if that's useful or not, but you got a little bit of blue stain, you got the wormholes, and yeah, something different. It's nice when you can find, yeah, here's a real nice one here. When you can find a customer that actually wants your wood that's chewed up by insects.
Well, it used to be called stain. You couldn't give it away, but then they named it denim.
Denim, yeah.
And now it's worth money.
become very popular.
Just change the name.
Yep. Just call it something different. And,
It's not rot.
no,
It's just stain. It doesn't have anything to do with weakening the board.
no, it's basically a fungus. And but yeah, that's going to be all right. And just Mark's coming over with the last bit of sticks here, and we'll finish this up. But well, there's that piece we cut off, and you can see that these pieces would have just kept falling off and been getting launched. And my biggest fear was it to come off back at this point somewhere, and then this whole chunk just come flying out at me. And we didn't need that to happen. So that's why we sort of backed off when we did. And you have to know when to call it quits on something and either cut it down to size or kick it off the carriage. Not only can it damage the equipment, but you know, projectile that size coming at you at pretty much the speed of sound, you don't want that to happen. So again, thanks for coming along, and I appreciate it. And I think we're at 105,000 subscribers as of today. So we will catch you on the next one, and I'm sure we're going to be back up at Uncle Edmund's. I'm going to show you that video coming up this week, putting up that VersaTube carport, that structure, and we got tin to put on it as soon as we get a nice enough day. So thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one. Alrighty, bye-bye.